Lisa had 3 or 4 chains in his hand. No one suspected her. Jungkook, you have insulted me, right? Now look at your wife being insulted in front of the whole world. What honor will you have left when tomorrow's newspaper will have written in a big letter that John Jungkook's wife was cat stealing? What a fun said that would be. Lisa was sitting up, heated, and said, Look, Inspector, I'm telling you, let me go. Otherwise, it will not go for you. Sir, be careful. I will put you in the jail for a long time for threatening the policeman. The inspector said angrily that since Taehyung came, he had threatened him and have given him headache. I has been sending you in jail for a long time. Look, I have complained to my husband about each of you. They said angrily. Taehyung, you should be quiet. Jimin stared at him and tried to silence him helplessly. Why should I be quiet? Why don't you tell them? Do I look like a thief? They said in anger. Oh boy, be quiet. Otherwise we had to tape your mouth. You talk so much. How you guys beard him? The inspector said, getting angry. They stared at the inspector in reason. Jimin, you had followed Taehyung to the police station. They were sitting on the chair. He had not been locked up in the jail yet. All 3 of them were standing with him. Jimin had called Grandpa at home. How did the chain come into Taehyung's bag? If Taehyung wanted a chain, he would have bought it. It was the lack of money for him. Jimin thought worriedly while looking at Taehyung. Oh boy, if I heard your voice one more time, then I will slap you. The police officer scowled Taehyung very angrily. Oh really? Try to touch me then, they said angrily, on which the inspector walked toward them very angrily, and 3 or 4 cars were parked in front of the police station. You idiot boy, you have been talking nonsense since you came. If you were so afraid of dishonor, then why did you steal? The policeman said angrily, grabbed Taehyung's arm tightly. Tears welled up in Taehyung's eyes due to pain. Jimin put his hand on his mouth, and so Jungkook came in, followed by 3 or 4 men. He was wearing a white shirt, just like the one he wore in the morning, with his sleeves rolled up to his elbow, and there were an angry expression on his face. Seeing Jungkook coming toward him, the officer looked at him in surprise. The entire staff was stood in amaze and see such a big personality in the police station. He was standing next to Taehyung. Let go of his hand. That was all he said. They looked at him as if he couldn't believe it. The officer quickly lifted his hand. Sir, please sit down. The inspector offered him the chair. Jimin took a deep breath and smiled. Taehyung was looking at him seriously, holding his hand on his other hand. Why did you bring my wife to the police station? The inspector and officer was startled by his cold voice. He is your wife? The inspector said in surprise. Jungkook paused his lips in response and looked at Taehyung with blank eyes. Sir, we didn't know. Neither did they mention your name, the inspector said fearfully. He was not aware of Jungkook's personality. People used to make appointments months in advance to meet him. Jungkook was a well-known personality for the country. I hadn't stolen anything. Can I steal? No, right? You should tell them. They are making fun of me, and there in the mall, they also insulted me a lot. Taehyung started crying and complaining about everyone to him. As soon as Jungkook saw him, he started staring all of them angrily, whose faces were completely pale on his complaint. You twisted my hands. You arrested him for the without investigation. They scolded him. I do something against you people. This punishment will be best for you all. Jungkook had shouted in a harsh tone, on which they all started looking at him with fear. Which mall is it? He started asking the inspector in a cool tone. Yes, the officer said with regret. He held the young hand and moved toward outside with quick step. Everyone else was run behind him. Thank God we'll be safe, the officer muttered in panic. He is a very tough person. He will not leave us this easily. Why do you two start torturing people without checking? The inspector said angrily. I didn't know that. He is John Jungkook's wife. He spoke with pulsed lip. There was silence in the car. He was sitting very angrily, with his fist clenched. Taehyung was looking at him, twisted his finger. Taehyung was shocked when the car stopped near the mall. Why are we here? They start asking him. Come out. He got out of the car seriously and addressed Taehyung in a cold tone. He had entered the mall holding the vest, and all the guards were behind him. Everyone was looking at two of them in surprise. He had bought Taehyung in front of the shop. By holding his hand, he had bought Tae in front of that shop. When the owner of that shop looked at him in surprise. You came again? How did you come from jail? The owner said angrily, I will tell you how he came here. Jungkook made Taehyung stand in front of him and said in a cold tone, to which the owner started looking at him. What proof do you have that my wife stole your diamond chain? He started questioning him in a cool tone. The proof was that the chain was found in front of everyone from his bag. The man also spoke in a sharp tone. Open the record of the camera, he said. One of his guards who noted. He started checking when Jimin and Taehyung entered the shop. The boy took out the video and called Jungkook. He held Taehyung's hand and started watching the recording very carefully. Jungkook was shocked to see Lisa. Did you guys see my wife keeping the chain in his bag? He said to them in a very sharp tone. The answer is that the chain came out from your wife's bag, not someone else. The man also spoke angrily. Jungkook, I'm not a thief. They pulled Jungkook's sleeve and said in a low voice. I know, wifey, he said to Tae in a low tone, and finally smiled. How much is this diamond shop worth? He said, and Taehyung started looking at him in surprise. The shop owner looked at him with mocking smile. It is so much that he was shocked to hear its value. The man said, very sarcastically. You probably don't know me. Well, I didn't even come to introduce myself to you. You tell me the value. You got 3 times more money from it. I have to buy this shop for my wife, he said mockingly, while putting his hand in his pocket, on which everyone, included Taehyung, looked at him in shock. Who are you? The shop owner asked in surprise. He just smiled. What are you doing? Let's go home, he said in surprise, coming out of shock. Jungkook said Taehyung to be quiet with his finger and said in a sharp tone, "It is not necessary for you to know who I am. If you want money, then the value of your shop and make a deal. Otherwise your diamond shop will be closed by morning. It's my warning."